I try to improve my English every single day because I want to speak confidently.
I do the same by watching English videos and repeating what I hear to sound natural.
I read short English stories every morning to learn new words easily.
I listen to English podcasts while walking to get used to different accents.
I practice thinking in English instead of translating from my native language.
I write a daily journal in English to improve my writing and grammar skills.
I use new words in sentences so I don't forget them quickly.
I speak to myself in English when I'm alone to boost my fluency.
I watch English movies with subtitles to understand how people talk naturally.
I try to copy the pronunciation and tone of native speakers while watching.
I talk with my friends in English to make the practice more enjoyable.
I ask my friends to correct me whenever I make a mistake while speaking.
I read English newspapers online to stay updated and learn formal vocabulary.
I focus on how sentences are formed and try to use them in my conversations.
I join online English discussion groups to interact with different people.
I share my opinions in those groups to build my confidence in writing.
I listen carefully to how native speakers use idioms and expressions.
I make a list of new expressions and practice them every evening.
I use English learning apps daily to improve my grammar and vocabulary.
I find those apps helpful because they give instant feedback on my answers.
I spend at least 1 hour every day learning English consistently.
I divide my time between reading, listening, speaking, and writing.
I challenge myself with one English topic daily to talk about for 2 minutes.
I record my voice and listen to it to find areas I need to improve.
I learn pronunciation by repeating tongue twisters in English every morning.
I notice that my accent gets better each week with regular practice.
I memorize 5 new English words daily and revise them before sleeping.
I use those words in my conversations the next day to remember them well.
I try to read English aloud to improve my speaking fluency and clarity.
I record those readings to check my tone, speed, and pronunciation.
I follow English teachers on YouTube who explain grammar in a simple way.
I repeat their examples and try to make my own sentences using the rules.
I play English vocabulary games to make learning more interesting.
I find that playing games helps me remember words faster without stress.
I write short paragraphs about my daily life to practice sentence structure.
I check my paragraphs using online grammar tools to learn from mistakes.
I watch English interviews to understand natural speech and slang.
I observe how speakers connect words and use pauses while talking.
I practice small conversations with myself before going to bed.
I imagine real-life situations and respond in English confidently.
I read English motivational books to improve my vocabulary and mindset.
I underline difficult words and search for their meanings in a dictionary.
I listen to English songs and read the lyrics to improve my listening skills.
I sing along to improve my pronunciation and rhythm of speaking.
I learn one grammar rule each day and try to apply it in writing.
I use examples from my daily routine to make grammar practice natural.
I follow English learners' pages on social media to stay motivated.
I read their posts and comments to learn informal English expressions.
I talk to my mirror in English to gain confidence in expressing myself.
I treat the mirror like another person and continue the conversation.
I watch English short stories and summarize them in my own words.
I share those summaries with friends to get feedback on my writing.
I practice speaking slowly at first to avoid mistakes and then speed up.
I focus on speaking clearly rather than quickly when I practice.
I set small goals for my English learning to stay consistent every day.
I reward myself when I achieve a learning milestone to stay motivated.
I try to use English during my daily activities like cooking or cleaning.
I describe what I'm doing in English to make it a natural habit.
I participate in English conversation clubs online to practice live.
I feel more confident every time I interact with new learners.
I use English captions on my phone and laptop to get more exposure.
I learn new words automatically because I see them in daily use.
I keep a notebook of all new words, idioms, and grammar rules.
I review that notebook weekly to keep the knowledge fresh.
I listen to English audiobooks to understand storytelling styles.
I pay attention to how the narrator stresses and connects words.
I talk to AI chat partners in English to practice natural conversations.
I ask for corrections and learn polite expressions for daily use.
I start my day with one English quote and explain its meaning aloud.
I find it helpful to think deeply about the message in English.
I practice describing things around me in English every few hours.
I pick random objects and say what they are and how they look.
I take online English tests to check my improvement monthly.
I compare my results and note which areas need more work.
I speak English at work whenever I get the chance with colleagues.
I try to keep the conversation smooth even when I forget some words.
I watch English documentaries to improve my listening and knowledge.
I discuss those documentaries later to strengthen my vocabulary.
I use English flashcards to remember difficult words easily.
I revise those cards before sleeping to keep the words in mind.